This is Colin O'Keefe here for LXBN TV. Summer is gone and the end of the year is just about upon us. As such, the EEOC is up to something that is very, very familiar. Joining me to explain exactly what that is attorney Jerry Maatman of Seyfarth, one of the top EEOC lawyers in the country and also author on the firm's workplace class action blog. Jerry, I know you monitor these things very closely, of course, with the lawsuit filings with the EEOC. So can you explain for us what exactly is going on here with the commission?
Sure, Colin. It's interesting times in which we live. The EEOC's fiscal year ended on September 30. We kept track lawsuit by lawsuit of every filing the EEOC made. Much like last year, there was a filing frenzy during the month of September. Actually, what's key for employers are lawsuits were up. The EEOC filed more lawsuits this past fiscal year than the year before, 157 altogether, as compared to 145 last year. But a full 62 of those lawsuits were filed in the last month of the fiscal year in September. And believe it or not, 27 in the last 48 hours, the last 2 days of the fiscal year. So in essence, the EEOC filed the majority of its claims against employers in September, if not towards the end of September.
Wow, maybe they just procrastinate a little bit, or they like to get it in just before the end of their fiscal year. But it's interesting to see this every single year, really an onslaught of these lawsuits at the end of their fiscal year. So knowing that this takes place this year and has in years past, what are the takeaways for employers? I know the workplace has been a hot topic of debate, but what are the main takeaways for employers with these lawsuits?
Several good takeaways from these numbers and charts that we've put together for employers to try to read the tea leaves here in terms of what's going on. The first is that location, not unlike real estate, is very important. More lawsuits were filed by 3 district offices of the EEOC. There are 15 district offices, and the most were filed in Chicago, Philadelphia, and Phoenix. So those were the hot spots around the country. The next were the types of claims being filed. Not unlike last year, Title VII lawsuits totaled 96 of the filings. ADA lawsuits totaled 38 of the filings, but race discrimination lawsuits jumped over the last year from 15 last year to 24 this year. And the last takeaway are these are either big cases or cutting edge cases. The EEOC filing sort of test cases to, in essence, test the boundaries of the law and advocate for a broad reading of Title VII obligations for employers, or what are known as big ticket pattern or practice cases brought against industry leaders involving many, many employees that look very much like class action. So in sum, a very activist agency, a very busy agency, and one that employers should heed in terms of these lawsuit filings.
Absolutely. You know, we're talking about 2015, but really what we have with these lawsuit filings sets us up for 2016, so it's going to be interesting to see how those progress. Once again, that was Jerry Maatman of Seyfarth. For more of his insight on this, be sure to check out their full analysis of the EEOC at workplaceclassaction.com. Thank you for joining me today, Jerry.
Perfect. Thank you.